Hi everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is Sam and I have a laser file subscription club. It's called Sam's Little Subscription and there are 3 tiers. We have a scoring pattern bundle, we have a silver file bundle, which is either a sign file or engraving design backer bundles, and then the gold tier is kind of the wild card. Whatever I am feeling like making that month, whether it's a mosaic, whether it is a bundle of some sort, jewelry, keychains, signs. It's always a surprise and they're probably my most fun part of the file club. But all subscribers also receive 40% off of all of my regular Samantha's Doodles files on my Etsy shop. And the tiers are buildable. So the first tier, which is $5 a month, is the scoring bundles and the 40% off coupon. The second tier, the silver tier, is $10 a month and you get everything that is included in the bronze tier as well as the silver files. The gold tier is the really special one. It is $25 a month, but if you pay in full, you get 2 months free for the year. And it is everything in the bronze and silver options, as well as the gold file bundle, but also access to all of my courses. Right now, I currently have 3. I have a line art portrait class, which is like a mini class, and it's specifically focusing on how to do portraiture. That is one of the options that we cover, and it is usually $50. The second course is an Adobe Illustrator for iPad file design class, and it walks you through about 10 different projects and all of the different things that I use personally when designing files in Adobe Illustrator on my iPad, and that regularly priced is $250. The last course is my latest, and it is the acrylic mosaic course, which is creating stained glass inspired pieces using different types of acrylic. That is also $250 regularly, and if you are part of the gold tier, you get access to all of these courses for as long as your subscription is active. The only way to get lifetime access is to purchase them outright. But if you want to sign up for the subscription, see if it's a good fit for you, it's a great way to get a affordable entry into those learning opportunities. I try my best to make sure that we have something that fits everyone's budget here, because I know as a business owner, finances are hard for everybody, especially when the economy is hard, and I want to help you guys as much as you help support me. So I have a bunch of different ways that you can get access to things, like paying in full for the year gives you 2 months free with your subscription purchase. It is a month-to-month renewal. There's no waiting period. I don't want to do any games. There's no, hey guys, the doors are closing for this. Like, you can only sign up between Monday and Thursday in the 3rd week of the month. I don't do any of that here. You can sign up whenever you're ready. I know we all get paid on different times of the month, and I don't want to be, insisting that you have to pay on the 1st of the month to have access. Whatever day you sign up is going to be your monthly renewal date. It is an automatic renewal, but you can change, upgrade, cancel, downgrade your subscription at any time. And I like that, because if there is a month where you're thinking, hey, you know what, I might have to just go down to bronze tier for a few months until I get more business, that's perfectly fine. But you can also upgrade. So if you decide you want to give the courses a try, you can upgrade to the gold tier, and then if that's a good fit for you, you can go ahead and continue that way. There's no gimmicks, there's no tricks here. We just want everyone to be successful, and I want this to be accessible and as easy for you as it is fun for me. I don't care what you do with these files as long as you don't resell them digitally or use print on demand sites. Those are the 2 things that I ask as part of my file club terms and conditions, is that you respect the fact that I sell these digitally and you just don't do it that way. For physical items, you can use these however is helpful for your business. This month we are focusing on business to business sales. This is something that's huge for laser makers, and small business branding is really a huge money-making opportunity for people in our industry. We can create pretty much any kind of signage, keychains, we can do NFC NFC tags, we can do QR codes. There are so many things that we can do with our laser that the average business owner is not going to know A, where to source, B, how to do it themselves, or even where to start with these things. So I put together a special bundle that is just all about business to business sales this month. And in true Samantha Stoodles fashion, I wanted to do it a little bit more whimsical and fun than some of the things that I've seen out there. And if you guys like this, and if you like these video tutorials kind of going through each month's subscription, let me know and I will go ahead and kind of lean into this a little bit more. The bronze options this month are shop local, support small business patterns. So we have just a text option, and this is a true single line. I know because I wrote it out myself. And it only scores once. So it's not like when you buy a single line font and it scores twice and you have to adjust your settings and wait for that time. This is truly single line. It only scores each letter one time, and it says shop local and support small businesses over and over. It comes in a square and in a circle backer. The second part, so usually there are 4 or more backers included in my bronze files, and this month we have 2 different patterns on 2 different shapes. So there's a square and a circle for each. The second option, there is this cute little doodle pattern. It is shipping boxes, envelopes, and gift bags, and it also has that text, the shop local and support small businesses, peppered throughout. And I also included the icon sets. So I've included the little doodles by themselves with and without cut lines so that you can use them in other projects. You can make little shaker ornaments for your business friends that say support small and have little shopping bags in them. You know, you can do whatever you want with the included designs. And the thing that I really love about this month's scoring bundle, you can use them in your packaging. You can score on anything. I love the idea of using these as like backdrops in your product photos. You can do it on white, you can do it on a neutral wood color, and it just adds like a fun little personalized pop for your business. But you can also score it on your packaging. You can put it on, you can print it on your bags. You can include the support small business or the icons that are included in the doodle version however you want. You can make really fun, eye-catching branding materials with the things that come in the scoring bundle. You can make thank you cards. You can make, if you really wanted to print it on tissue paper and have custom tissue paper, go for it. And I also include some ideas for you in the licensing and frequently asked questions packet that comes with your subscription. Next part, our silver bundle this month is really, really fun. I put together a mix and match sign bundle file set that you can use to create branding signs, social media signs, menus, QR codes, NFC tags, market signage for other small businesses or for your own small business. If you haven't created those for yourself yet, this is a great way to get started. I'll show you the samples that I made for myself and we'll go from there. So the first thing that I want to mention is that I will be talking a lot about special hardware that I ordered from my friend Nitra at Raining Memories. These are called Modern Standoffs, and she has them in a variety of finishes: rose gold, matte black, like a champagne gold, and silver. And what they are is they are stands for your signs that you do not have to worry about kerf, and you do not have to worry about your slotted stands breaking or becoming loose or having any sort of issues with them as you take down and reset up your signage. The really great thing about these market signs is that they can be stored flat and put away when you're not using them so they don't take up space. With this hardware, all you have to do is screw it open, put this through the hole that's already in your sign, screw on the back, and then it holds it together and has it sit on the table, so that's all you have to do. Let me just go ahead and assemble really quick, you just screw the back in place. Make sure that it's nice and snug. And then you have your sign ready to go. It leans slightly, but this will rest on the table and holds your sign just as well as those slotted bases would, and you don't have to worry about curve. The awesome thing about these is that they are adjustable in length depending on how much you have like for them to hold up. And I have put together 4 sheets of 1/8 material and it still screws closed. So you can mix and match and layer and create some really unique signage for you or the other businesses that you're going to market to. This is our really basic option. So I've put together some mix and match shapes, elements, designs, all sorts of things, and I'll go through it really in detail in the PDF that comes with your files. But this is our large arch backer and our small mini arch front piece together with this modern standoff hardware and our menu bars in the skinny option glued down onto our front piece. I've included these elements so that you can cut and paste them in your design program, arrange them how you like, and then cut them on your laser. But I've also included the scoring elements that you can score on your sign pieces so that placement is really easy for you. I recommend using a double-sided adhesive like 3M or Dual Tight, and you can just adhere all your pieces together easily with no mess and no glue. If you have to use glue, I like the All Craft glue. I get mine from Cerulean Tides, and I think that it does a really nice job, and it doesn't eat mirror acrylic, which is a huge plus. But yes, this is for me for an event I will be doing this weekend, and I used gloss acrylic so that I can write on it with a dry erase marker and erase it and mix and match and adjust as needed to tailor my signage to the event. I also have an option where you can use these menu bars with other hardware so that they can be engraved and then mixed and matched as you go to different events and different you have different needs. So if, say, you are a cupcake shop and you have different flavors for your events, you can create engraved menu bars that you can unscrew and swap out depending on your event or the venue that you are at. The only difference with this hardware is that it will not let you keep it flush against the backer piece. So I recommend either having those when you're using a single sign base or using a slotted base and having it sit a little bit in front of your backer piece. And when I say that, I have included a variety of themed backer elements that you can use with your arches, with your other shapes, and you can make really unique, eye-catching sign designs by mixing and matching. For example, you can take plain white gloss acrylic and pair it with a pastel acrylic in our ice cream pattern and make a super cute sign for an ice cream shop to share their daily specials. They can just write right on the acrylic, or you can go ahead and engrave, or you can use those menu bars like in the first sample I showed you to give them a place to either write on, have pre-engraved options. But these are tailored to different businesses, and you can use them to add kind of a fun, quick pop to things without having to splurge on printed acrylic, which can sometimes get scuffed if you're taking it back and forth to different places or if it's in a high traffic area. These can be paired with solid backer layers so that you can add a pop of color behind them. This is this pastel, really fun paint pour acrylic paired with a 1/16 white gloss, and then you would just add your front layer, and it's a nice finished, polished looking project. You could also cut out the backer layer in hot pink if those were their brand colors. And it just adds another element to customizing these signs to really give your businesses something unique that you're not going to see everywhere. I've done a couple different themes. This one is teeth and toothbrushes for dentist's office. If they have Wi-Fi in the waiting room and they want to say, hey, here's our Wi-Fi password, or if they have specials going on for, you know, financing braces or things like that at an orthodontist, there's signage that, you know, you don't just want to print out something from the printer and slap it on the wall. This makes everything look a little bit nicer. And they can lean into their brand colors. They can lean into their patterns. I tell you how to create your own cutout patterns in the instructions that come with the files. So if you want to do something like this for your own brand, you can absolutely do so. An example of that is for my new fantasy book merch brand. I have this pattern with fantasy elements, and I just cut it out of this gorgeous purple shell from Craft Closet, and these have NFC tags under them. So all I have to do is tap a phone and it will link directly to my social media. So I can take this with me to events and I can have this on my table. And if anyone wants to follow me, they just take their phone, tap on the icon, and the appropriate link will populate on their phone. Everything is set up in the files. You've got the space to engrave, to put your NFC tag. It explains to you, there's scoring outlines that you can put on your different front pieces, whether you want to use the arches or the rectangles or any of the other shapes that I've included. And you can mix shapes. You don't have to use the rectangle with the rectangle. You could put this against an arch if you like the look of that together. The whole point of these is that they're fully customizable and you can do just about anything with them. You could swap these out instead of using NFC tags and put QR codes. And I've done a little blurb on how to create QR codes in Lightburn in your files as well. In addition to this floral option that I just showed you, we've also got paw prints for vet offices and dog groomers, or you know, anywhere that sells dog items, bandanas at pop-up markets, collars, people who do special embroidered things or pet portraits. That would be a fun backer for them. I have also added a salon option. So we've got hairstylist tools. There is, you know, scissors, there's a blow dryer, a brush for doing highlights, and we've got a comb. So this would be great for a hair salon or even a spa or a barber shop. I've also got cupcakes for bakeries or for, you know, people at a pop-up shop, or if you are at a wedding and somebody has a cupcake bar, you could put out something with the information on how to hire them yourselves, or you could have the different flavors that are available. There are more generic options for those of you who don't have like a theme. We've got this really cute like candy stripe that would be beautiful for Christmas time, and look how like fancy that looks. Imagine doing that with black and gold mirror acrylic. That would be stunning. This would be great for like boutiques or more high-end spas, things like that. We've also got checkers or gingham pattern, whatever you want to call it. Imagine doing this in a red or a blue mat on white, and you'll have that like picnic vibe. So if you have a client who sells jam or honey and you want it to be like a picnic vibe, you could use this backer and pair that with their menu or their QR codes or their website links. The point of all of this is that you can mix and match them, and there's just unlimited options for what you can come up with. I've also included slotted stand bases, and that is because if you are doing the options where you have those nut and bolt hardware, they won't sit as nicely with the modern standoff. So you might want to just use a slotted base instead and do a single layer. Or you can do the larger slotted base that I've included that has 2 slots spaced out, one for the small arch and then another for the larger arch slightly behind it. And that way you can still have your mix and match menu bar options. You have to keep it spaced a little bit more so that there's room for the screws. I like these because they're not permanent, but they are secure and you don't have to worry about them falling apart. I considered just creating small circles out of 1/4 inch acrylic, but I didn't like that if someone bumped into the table, you'd have to keep putting everything back in place. But this keeps them nice and secure, but you still have that option of switching things around when you go to different events. Those are, I think, all of the options, but I also included spacer layers. And what you can do with that is if you have your different elements right up against each other isn't enough like depth for you, what you can do is unscrew and then place a second layer behind your front piece in the clear acrylic, and then go ahead and place your backer layer, and it will make it stand out a little bit, but it'll still keep it nice and secure, and it won't be sliding around because you've got your standoff nice and snug. And then you have this piece in place, it's clear, gives you a little bit more depth between your layers to make them pop, but also keeps it nice and sturdy so this isn't flapping and hitting against the back layer. So again, there's all sorts of things you can do with these. If you wanted, you could even add additional elements. So if I wanted to take this piece, you know, and add a rectangle here as well that had all of the QR codes for my business next to my menu and then my just like pattern pop, you can mix and match and do whatever you like to do with those there. Last but not least, we have the gold tier. And for this month, I am all about NFC tags. If you are in my Facebook group, Sam's Little Group, I shared that I was working on these, but what I came up with was a variety of different themed options that you could target to different businesses. We do still have, you know, I've included generic shapes. We've got squares, we've got circles, we've got hearts, we've got ovals, we've got arches. I've included all of those for you along with different engraving details that you can put together. But I wanted to give you something a little bit different than the generic options out there so that you could market and say, hey, I have something you haven't seen before. So we have themed NFC tags. And what an NFC tag is a computerized chip that when you tap your phone on it, it prompts your phone to pull up a certain link or a video or a social media profile. That's really great for business owners because if you don't have business cards on you, you could lose a potential sale. With these, all you have to have is your keychain and they just need a phone, and then they can bookmark it and save your information or follow you right away. We've got cameras for photographers. We have cupcakes for bakers, and these can be done with and without the sprinkles. With any type of pattern. I thought the confetti base was really cute. We have a tooth for dentist's office, a planet for, you know, if you're into sciencey things. I follow a painter on Instagram who almost exclusively does night like Milky Way galaxy paintings, so I thought this would be really cool. I actually made this one because my nephew is obsessed with the planets, and this links directly to the Planet song on YouTube, which he likes to have as his reward for when he goes potty. He's potty training. So now my mom or my sister-in-law can just tap their phone and it'll pull right up to the video that he likes to ask for. We have a makeup palette for those of you who are either makeup artists or you work at a makeup store or you have a makeup page on Instagram. wedding makeup artists, all sorts of things. These are really cute, and you can change out the colors and really make it fit your client's vibe. We have for nail salons, just a regular nail polish bottle, but also a hand holding a nail polish bottle, which I thought was just like the cutest thing ever. And so what I did for these is I used iridescent for the bottle itself, and then like a really fun glitter. And this one, the color of the nail polish is actually the color that's on the nails, and you can swap out for any skin tone, any nail color. But I thought that was a really fun, something different that I hadn't seen before. We have ice cream cones, and these are really cute. This one's a mint chocolate chip with that really cute mint crackle, and this one is just plain. I also have a sprinkle option for you. And then we have, for hairstylists, we have scissors. These I chose to go with an arch and then have the scissors inlaid. There's also an engraving version, just because those could be a little bit flimsy and you don't want them to break, but it's still, you can add that metallic pop and it's really cute. And then I've got a paint palette. I think this one is the most fun. As an artist, I relate to that a lot. You can choose any type of acrylic to put in for the paint swatches, and then it has the little hole, which is where you would hold it. And I thought it was just so cute. And then, like I mentioned, there are a variety of shapes with different engraving designs, and I've included instructions on how to program the NFC tags, and these are just such a unique way to market to businesses. You can use the generic shapes that I've given you. If you sublimate, you can sublimate their logo on it and call it a day. They're just made of 2 layers with the tag inside, and I've given you all my tips and tricks on how to use that. And they're just so cute. For my mom's business, I created one that links directly to her Venmo profile, so that if someone wants to pay her by Venmo, all she has to do is say, yep, just tap right here and it'll bring up the profile. There are so many other options that you can use, but I thought this was a good starting bundle. And if, like I said, if you like these, if you're interested in me continuing this series, I will absolutely add more. I also have a burger, but I gave it to my husband, whose favorite show is Bob's Burgers, and we programmed it so that when he taps it, it brings up his favorite song from the series as like a fun little whimsical thing. So I don't have that one on me, but there are a good number of options that can get you started. And then if you have any questions about this or about the subscription, just send me a message, sam@samanthastoodles.com, and I'd be happy to help. I hope that this kind of helped explain the File Club a little bit better and gave you a good preview about what you can expect from me. And I think this month is so exciting, and I can't wait to see what you all do with these items. Thanks for watching.